It has been a long time coming, people. The clap is back. And the Toronto Raptors, after an absolutely abysmal first quarter against the Sacramento Kings, play an incredible last three and come away with the 21-point victory, 144-123, a franchise record for points scored in a regulation game. You drop 144 when over the last little while your offense has been horrendous. And after that first quarter, the Raptors play extremely good defense and they win every quarter and they win by 21. At one point, the Raptors were down by 19. But they came back and won by 21. Incredible job all around from the Raptors today. Obviously, no Kyle Lowry for personal reasons today. People start, and look, before... Don't start going, oh, Kyle's the issue, because we all know he's not the issue. But what a game for the Toronto Raptors in this game. Let's go through the numbers real quickly here. I had to write a bunch of things down because I knew for a fact I want to talk about a lot of stuff. Let's start off with the numbers. 45-33 after one quarter of play. Not good. I think it was 45-33. Could be totally wrong. The number I could have been. It's midnight, right? It's like 12:30. I'm tired. All right, but I think they were down by 8 at the end of one quarter play. I think it was 43-35. They could have been down 45-33. Anyways, second quarter, 36-31. So your offense gets going and the defense starts to show some improvement, but you're still down at halftime. You go to the third quarter, and this team just turns on an extra gear on the defensive end, but they keep that offensive flow. 40-29 in that third quarter. Lots of great things happening, but you're up by 9 going into the fourth. You need to find a way to close this game out strong. We have seen this team countlessly, no matter what the lead is, blow a lead late or just have one terrible stretch in the second half to put your team away and lose. But in that fourth quarter, they continue to dominate at the defensive end, and they continue to score at will. They scored 33. They only allow 20. This team came a long way from quarter one, giving up 40-plus, to only allowing 20 in that fourth quarter, winning that quarter by 13. You won the second half by 24. 24. What an incredible job for the Raptors in that second half. And there's lots of things I want to take away from this game today. You shot 48% from the field. You shot 51% from three. Big time. Now, at one point, they were shooting in the 50s as well. So as we talk about perimeter defense, well, it wasn't great early on. And as the game went along, they ended up shooting under 50% from three, did Sacramento. And the Raptors just did a great job in that second half, guys. The numbers are a little bit skewed on their side because of the first half they had. But what a job. What a job by the Raptors. They had 12-3 in offensive boards. Credit a lot of that to guys like Chris Boucher and Pascal Siakam. They were dominant today on the glass. And you look at them. We all talk about this team, right? They're not a great mono, one-on-one guy or type of team, right? When we see Pascal go ISO, we're like, man, this is not what you want to see. When they move the basketball and when they're in the fast break, that's when this team gets extremely dangerous. You see it when you only allow 49 points in the second half, you're going to get out and run off those stops. Hence why you scored 73 just in the second half alone. Right? And you move the ball. They had 29 assists. They were extremely good. This team is absolutely incredible today. They only turned the ball over 11 times. They looked fantastic. Now let's get to some specific players because there was a lot of great things going out of today's game. And people are going to be like, well, you beat the Sacramento Kings. Ooh. You won a basketball game. As I said before, I don't care what they win by at this point. I just want to see a W. And you got that today. And you saw a lot of great performances from your main players. And your bench gave you a big punch. We talked about it in the last video, guys. 3-point, how are you going to defend the three? They did a great job in the second half contesting the three. What's your bench going to give you? Well, let's get to that. But first, the starting unit was electric. And with no Kyle Lowry, that means Norman Powell gets the start. And we always see what, starter Norman Powell seems to give the Toronto Raptors. Because he dropped 22 today. Norman Powell dropped 22 and was 6 of 8 from the field and 4 of 5 from 3. He was electric. When he is in the starting unit, Norman Powell is a completely different player than he is coming off the bench. I don't know what it is. I don't know what possesses him to do so, but he was awesome tonight. That what we saw today from Norman Powell, that was pre-bubble Norman Powell. That was Norman Powell that won Player of the Week, Eastern Conference Player of the week before the season ended, or I guess went on pause. Great job by Norm. Pascal Siakam, people be like, well, he only dropped 17 points. Hold on a second. Yes, he had 17. So he didn't get that magical number 20, which people love to drool over. He had 9 rebounds and 11 assists for Pascal Siakam. He was 1 rebound away from his first career triple-double, and people are going to get on Nick Nurse for taking him out. I kind of get it. But in a game where you're blowing a team out, are you really going to battle for 1 rebound and possibly have your guy get injured on some stupid play because you kept him out there for a stat that really doesn't mean a whole lot? It's just a nice number to look at. And it is true. But he shot 7 of 11 from the field as well. I mean, do the math, guys. That is very efficient. Yes, he only had 17, but he was selective and he made his buckets. He was 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He was 1 of 2 from 3. Didn't get over 3-point happy, did Pascal Siakam, and that is when he's at his best. Aggressive and not settling for threes. You love to see it from Pascal today. 3 straight games now for Pascal where he's looked really comfortable, confident, and aggressive. You love to see that. Now, Fred VanVleet. Okay. Are we seeing Fred VanVleet before our very eyes turn into this team's best player? Now, I know that's a big thing to say, but Pascal Siakam, he's not there yet. I mean, he has had a great 3 games, but I don't know if I'd say that. Fred VanVleet dropped 34 today. He looked automatic from beyond the arc. And in the last game, we talked about how he didn't have a great game, and he still dropped 13 on 5 of 12 shooting. So, this guy has been Mr. Consistent for this team when it comes to offense. I think it was 4 of his last 5 games? Was it 4 of the last 5 or 3 of the last 4? He's dropped 25 or more. I mean, that's got to tell you something. He was 13 and 22 from the field and dropped 34. Efficient at its best, if you ask me. And I thought he was fantastic. I thought he was absolutely fantastic. It was Fred VanVleet in this game. Shooting the rock, I thought he was great. He did a great job making his own shots, coming off of the screens. I thought he did a fantastic job. And hey, you got the job done. You won a ball game, and your boys balled out. That's what you like to see. Now, let's get to the stuff that we talked about in that last video. We talked about the big man. Well, Baines did not touch the floor today. And Alex Len was out there for a few minutes to start the game, and that was it. And then you just ran Boucher out there the rest of the game. Speaking of the devil, Chris Boucher, coming off the bench, was absolutely phenomenal. Now, in the matchup that he was in with, I think it was Rashawn Holmes, I mean, he's going to dominate that matchup, and he did. He had 23, right? And he had 10 boards. He shot 4 of 5 from the... Sorry, that's Norman Powell's numbers. He shot 23. He got 23 and 10, shot 9 of 12 from the field. He was active in the offensive glass, as I mentioned earlier in the video. Boucher was awesome. And that's coming off the bench. There's the bench scoring we talked about. From not being there, we need some sort of bench scoring, and that's what you got today. Oh, and we're not done yet. Terence Davis turned the clock back to last season and was awesome. He looked confident. He didn't look rushed. When he looked rushed, he missed his shots. But I think he realized he rushed the shots. And then the next couple he takes are calm, cool, and collected, and he knocks them down. He had 18 off the bench. Shot 7 of 13. Was really efficient. He's going to give you great defense as well. I was extremely impressed with Terence Davis today. I love what we saw from him in this one. It was great. Malachi Flynn. coming off the bench. I talked about it in the last video. I think it was the last one or the Boston video. I can't remember. Where I said that Malachi Flynn came off the bench and was clearly unhappy with the way he was playing, not making shots. And he was having a real struggle in the last couple of games he's played in shooting the rock. Hence, and he was getting beat pretty good on the defensive end, and just really hadn't played well. But you look at the game today. He had 12 points. He shot 5 of 6 from the field. He looked really good. He had 12 points. He was great defensively. I gotta say, he was awesome in this one. Great job for Malachi Flynn. You had 3 guys in double figures coming off the bench. That's music to my ears. You had over 50 points off the bench. That's more like it for this Raptor team. Maybe not to that extent, but they did a really good job today, and I'm hoping they can just continue this trend and just kind of ride this mojo into Golden State there in a couple days. All right? So, the couple guys I want to touch on real quick before we wrap this video up. All right? You have Watanabe, Yuta Watanabe, who only had, I think he only had 3 points in the game today. Well, James, why are you bringing him up? That guy's defense in this game, if you watch the game hard, you know that guy balled out on the defensive end. His contests were incredible. I thought he was really, really good in this game. I loved what we saw from Watanabe. And Stanley Johnson didn't get a single point. I think it was in 12 or 13 minutes. But that guy's defense, he did not allow one single thing. There was one blow-by that he allowed, but that was it. Great job by Stanley. Great job by Watanabe on the defensive end. And an incredible game for the Toronto Raptors and a much-needed victory the Toronto Raptors team. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and enjoyed the game there this evening, because we all stayed up for it, I'm really happy we did. Smack the like button to appreciate that. Hit that subscribe button if you guys have not done so already. Comment down below your thoughts on the game, the video, your player of the game in this one. That's a tough one for me. I got to give it to Fred, though. Basically, our court general out there today. I think he was fantastic. Who's your player of the game in this one? Let me know in the comments below. Twitter is down below as well for myself. Follow and send me a DM, do that great stuff. Also, the Instagram page is down in the description. So if you have not followed the Instagram page, please go do so already. I don't know what that made sense. Please go do so. There we go. If you've not followed up already, please go do so. That's what I was going for. All right? And I will talk to you guys, Raptors edition, all right, in a couple, I think it's 2 days from now. Not tomorrow. I think it's the next day. The Golden State Warriors and the Toronto Raptors. A big contest. I think they play Golden State next. See what happens when I get so fired up about a game. I don't look past this game. But I know they play Golden State either in a couple. I think it's an 8 o'clock tip-off in Golden State. But it's out west in Oakland, isn't it? Or not Oakland anymore. I don't know. San Francisco, maybe. Anyways, I'm pretty sure they play Golden State next. You guys can let me know the time and all that stuff. I'll probably look it up after this anyways. All right, so thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hopefully they can ride this momentum into Golden State if they play Golden State next anyways. All right, so thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Talk to you guys then.